Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, welcome. Today we're going to do a get ready with me for the holiday for 2021, and this is the makeup look that I created for you guys. I really love like a loud red lip and like a beautiful glam eye for any holiday. So I thought that this would be very apt for this holiday. I'm also testing out Jaclyn Hill eye brushes in this video along with the Too Faced Lady Bold lipstick. So if you guys want to see how I achieve this look, then please keep on watching. So let's begin. First, let me just moisturize this crusty lips, and this is the Ulta Beauty Juice Infused Lip Oil, and this one I think is in like the pomegranate flavor or scent, whatever. Now I have a bunch of new brushes to test out. Some that I already did, like I had tested out the Jaclyn Hill face brushes, but I have to test out the Jaclyn Hill eye brushes from Morphe. So we're going to test that today. But let's begin. Let's prime our eyes first. So for that, I'm going to take my Alamar Cosmetics eye primer. I'm going to take a very tiny little bit. The only thing that I've done already is my brows, and I have covered up the acne marks with the Danessa Myricks Vision Cover in the shade N06. So that's the only thing. And for the brows, I actually use my e.l.f. brow pencil, and that was in the shade Cool Brown. I think it was Cool Brown. Now let's move on to the face. So for the face primer, I'm going to take my One Size Beauty Secure the Blur face primer. I have a smaller version of it. I'm going to use and finish that first on the center of my face wherever I have pores, and I'm going to press it right there. And because it's like a glam look, I really want like a smooth base, and that's why I'm prepping my skin very nicely today. This pimple popped out, so I might cover it again. Actually, on the like a raised skin wherever I have texture, I'm going to use my Professional Primer by Benefit Cosmetics. I'm just going to put that on top of it just because, again, for a smoother base. And with the same brush that I used for the Danessa Myricks Vision Cover, I'm just going to take my concealer actually, and this is my ColourPop concealer. I'm just going to pop that and just cover that up for now, like that. And let's move on to the face because we're going to use that same concealer for our face too. For the foundation, I'm going to take my L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. This is the foundation that I always use for like special occasion. So if I'm going for that holiday makeup, I'm definitely going to use this. So I wanted to use this. So I'm going to take one pump of that, and I'm going to take the same Jaclyn Hill face brush, the foundation brush. I'm going to buff it out with the brush, and then we're going to smoothen it out with the sponge. I'm so far loving these brushes. I absolutely love the face brushes, and that's the main reason why I got the eye brushes, because I really love the quality, especially because Morphe was like on, and is actually on like 75% sale for the holidays. These brush sets were like a steal. Whenever you're applying the foundation, definitely cover your ears, on the back of the ears and the neck, especially when you're like tying your hair. You definitely need that. Whatever is additional on your face can be picked out with the sponge. But before that, I don't have much left. I'm just going to take that from my hands and I'm just going to pounce it right on my face so that any additional product can come on the sponge. And this gives like more of like a fresh faced look, and there's no like cakiness or anything on the face. Now before we go further, I'm going to take the same concealer. I'm going to take that underneath my eyes, and by the way, this is ColourPop's No Filter Concealer, and this is in the shade Medium Dark 32. I'm going to take that in the center of my face, around the mouth, wherever there's blemish that I need to hide, and I'm going to also take it underneath my brows just so that it gives more of like a cleaner look, and you'll see what I mean by that. Just like that. I know I look crazy, but trust me on that. I'm going to take my concealer brush. I'm going to first start off with the underneath the eyes on the blemish. around the mouth. And now I'm going to clean up underneath my brows. See how much more cleaner the brows look after just like that step. I love to have that step whenever I'm going for that glam look. That's like a must for me. Now, for the powder, I'm going to take my LYS Beauty Triple Fix Translucent Setting Powder. And this one is in the shade Resilience. This is the lightest shade in the collection. And this is the translucent version. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to take the same Jaclyn Hill powder brush. I'm going to dust it underneath the eyes and also on top of my eyelid, just to set that eye primer. I'm also going to set my whole face with the same powder. Now for the bronzer, I'm going to take my Hourglass bronzer, and this actually is in the shade Golden Bronze Light. I'm taking it from the palette because I have everything in the palette. So let me use that. I'm going to take on that Jaclyn Hill bronzer brush, JH02. Actually, before we bronze, I'm just going to contour a little bit of my face, and I'm going to use my Wet n Wild contouring stick in the shade Call Me Maple. I know I have already used my powder. I should have used this before, but it's okay. I mean, it doesn't mix up with the powder, so it's okay. Okay, now let's go back to that bronzer. Just because I have more of a rounder face, I want to just chisel it out a little bit, especially for the holidays, you know. Now let's move on to the blush. I don't need like a punchy blush because I am going for more of a deeper lips. So for that, I'm going to take my Dalton Beauty's Hydrogel Cream Balm, and this is in the shade Kiss on the Cheek, and this is a very light baby pink shade, as you can see right against my face. So I'm going to take that, and I love the formula. You guys know about the Dalton Beauty blushes, how much I'm a big fan of it. And today I'm not gonna look for like a very bright blush. If we want anything else, I can definitely add on top of it. But right now I'm not looking for that. So I'm gonna concentrate that on my apples of my cheek, and I'm gonna take it back to the temples. And I know it's a cream blush, but this performs beautifully on top of powders. So I don't have any concern on that. Now I know how much of the cream product I put on my face, that pimple is going to pop. So let's finish off my face, and then I'll touch that up with something so that I cover it up. For the highlighter, I'm going to take the same Hourglass palette. I'm going to take this highlighter shade in the palette, and this is called the Metallic Strobe Powder in the shade Champagne Strobe Light. It's not like super intense, but it flows very nicely with all the other products. And once everything is like applied on the face, we want to set the face. And for that, I'm going to take my Milani Make It Last Setting Spray. Especially when you want like your makeup to last for a long time, this is the step that you do not have to forget. And then just let it set for a little while. And then take the same sponge that you were using and just go over the entire face. Because at this point, your sponge is still a little damp, which will not ruin your makeup, but it will take all the excess powderiness out of your face. Now let's move on to the eyes. I'm going to use my Chocolate Gold palette from Too Faced. It's been a long time that I was trying to use this palette, and it has such beautiful holiday tones, which I cannot like resist, you know. So I'm going to use this. And as I said, I'm going to use that Jaclyn Hill eye brushes, which is actually very nice variety of brushes. I mean, I can not see any brush that I would not use, and I could not find like a brush style that is missing in this collection. So you have like a large blender brush, you have like a blending brush which is like of a medium size, you have that outer corner blending brush which I absolutely love and I think it's necessary for a eye brush set. You have like a small blending brush for the outer corners. So these are the blending brushes. You have like a packer brush for the shimmers. You have like a crease cutting brush if you are looking for like cutting the half cut crease or something like that. You have like a liner brush which is a straight cut brush, and you have a pencil brush for like the inner corners. I think it's an absolutely wonderful set. Let's see if it performs that well or not. So that's what we're going to see in today's eye look. Okay, I'm going to take this shade which is called So Bougie from the palette, and this seems like more of like a taupey brown shade, and I'm not going to do anything crazy on my eyes because I'm going for like a loud lip, so it's going to be pretty simple. The scent of this palette is so nice. Anything with a chocolate scent, I cannot resist. You can't see much on my eyes because it's like maybe one shade like darker than my skin tone. It has more of like a cooler undertone, so it has that gray taupey shade. I'm going to take the same shade, So Bougie, on my lower lash line too. Now I'm going to take this shade which is called Cocoa Truffle from the palette, and this is like a mid-tone deep brown shade. And then I'm going to slowly blend that on my crease. Not much, I'm going to keep the maximum on the outer corners. Just to keep the lid space clean, I'm going to take this bone shade from the palette, and this is called Rolling in Dough. That's a wonderful shade name. I'm going to take that on my inner third of my eyelid, and I'm just going to clean this portion just because I want like more of a brighter inner corner. So if there's anything from that brown shade, I just want to clean that up. Now for the lid shade, I really want to take this shade which is called Rich Girl, and this is more of, how would I say, it's not a silver, it's more like a silvery taupey shade. So I want to take that and see how it looks. So I'm going to take that flat shader brush actually, and I'm going to take that on that brush and see. Oh wow, I love that. See how it's not like silver? So if you're like afraid of silvers, I think this is the shade that would give you like a lot of brightness with like a cool undertone, but which is not silvery. I like that so much. Now I'm going to take that same shade, Cocoa Truffle, the deeper brown in the palette, and I'm going to deepen up the outer corners and just melt it with that silvery taupey shade. Now I'm going to take that small blender brush and I'm going to dip into that black shade which is called Decadent, and I am going to take a very little amount and I'm going to start at the lash line to just deepen up the outer corners. Just like that. Can you see the difference of this and this? That's what I want. And I'm going to take that same shade Rich Girl on my inner corners with that pencil brush. And now I'm going to take that flat brush and I'm going to take that deep brown shade which is called Cocoa Truffle. Be very close to my lower lash line and I'm going to blend it out. Now that's all for eyes. I don't want anything like major on the eyes. I'm going to finish off my eyes with some liner and mascara and I'll get right back. Now the eyes are all done. Let's move on to the lips. For the lips, I'm going to take my LA Girl Shockwave Nude Lip Liner, and this is in the shade Karma, and this is like a deep maroon red shade. So that's what we're going to go today for the holiday look. So wish me luck. I'm also going to fill in my whole lips with the same lip liner. Now for the actual lip shade, I'm going to take my Lady Bold lipstick from Too Faced, and this is in the shade Take Over, and this is the beautiful maroon deep red shade. I'm going to take that. It has a, what is this scent? It's a very, it's not a minty, but does feel like a minty. Some ice cream scent. And I love the packaging. Look at that. Love it. And that's my holiday look for 2021. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I had a blast using all these products. I love the way how it came out. I definitely wanted to do like a red lip. I think it looks very holiday-esque. Let's go over the products that we use, especially the brushes, because rest everything has been done before on this channel. I personally feel that this brush set is so good. It is so worth the money, especially if you can get it for a sale price from the Morphe website. Definitely go check it out. I think all the brushes is so useful, and I only use these brushes on my eyes, and I think it's absolutely wonderful. I loved this brush set. Talking about the lipstick, I love the shade. I absolutely love it for like a vampy look or for a holiday look. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So yeah, if you did like this video, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 videos every single week, every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.